Welcome back, everybody, to my 4-in-1 birthday special for Shaylyn, Geena, Jaron, and Kim, in which we're going to play one more Nintendo Wii U game, and that is Jeopardy. How are we going to do? Let's find out.
Is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trevette.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. Not a verb. Book knowledge. World travel. Made to measure. NHL, NBA, NFL, or all three. And the Founding Fathers. Player 1, you start. A book's backstrip covers the part that has this anatomical name. Let's hear it, Player 1. That is correct. Player 1, Shakespeare wrote, "What's past is this introductory part of a book." Okay, Player 1. That's it. Mulvaney, Nancy, 177. Birth of, 28. Education of, 213. As expert in creating these, 326 to 331. Okay, Player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Any other takers? Okay, Player 3. No, sorry. Anyone else? Player 2. That's right, way to go. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 2, you make the next selection as we can. Answer, it's the Daily Double. You are in first place. Please enter your wager. The clue. A colophon is a section at the end of a book that often names this, like 10-Point Baskerville. That puts you even further ahead. Player 2, pick again. Etymological name for a blank page at the start of a book, suitable for inscriptions. Yes, Player 1? No, sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Let's hear it, Player 3. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Okay, Player 2. Good. We return to you, Player 2. In July, you can sun yourself on this island and attend its Reggae Sunfest. Let's hear it, Player 1. Right you are. Player 1, dating back to the 6th century, Église Saint-Germain-des-Prés may be the oldest one of these buildings in Paris. Okay, Player 1. That's right, way to go. Here's Kelly from our Clue Crew with the clue.
You might think twice about traveling to Réunion Island. In this ocean, it's home to Piton de la Fournaise, one of the world's most active volcanoes.
Let's hear it, Player 1. Sorry. Any other takers? Here's what we wanted. The Indian Ocean. You get Yapese and Olithian are spoken there too, but shoppers should know this official language of commerce in Micronesia. Player 1? That's not it. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Let's hear it, Player 2. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Yes, Player 3? Right. Player 3, you start. In Asia, use a gu if you want to measure a cup of this for an electric cooker. Let's hear it, Player 1. Correct. Of about 30, 50, or 100 inches a year, the Earth's average annual amount of precipitation. Yes, Player 1? Hey, you're right. Player Take a nibble if you want 4 of these binary units of computer code. It's Player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? We're talking about bit. Player 1, you pick again. This unit equals 4 inches when measuring an equus caballos. Let's hear it, Player 1. Correct. Player 1. Nellis Air Force Base has 70,000 solar panels, which produce 15 of these units, 25% of the base's summer power. Yes, Player 1? Nope. Sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? The correct response is megawatts. Select again. Don't miss Russia's Winter Palace if you go for this opulent style that preceded Rococo. Player 1? Good. You again, Player 1. In early April of 1775, William Dawes, Samuel Prescott, and this man rode to warn patriots to move military stores from Concord. Okay, Player 1. Good. 3 years after writing the Declaration of Independence, he succeeded Patrick Henry as Virginia governor. Okay, Player 1. Yes. Player 1. On July 3rd, 1776, he wrote to his wife Abigail that the colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states. Let's hear it, Player 1. Yes. Great, you're back into it now. Player 1. Here's Jimmy.
A 1775 letter from this founding father to the Pennsylvania Journal is thought to have inspired the "Don't Tread on Me" flag.
It's Player 1. That's correct. In public good, this pamphleteer called for Virginia to cede land needed to form a strong central government. Player 1? Right. Please pick again, Player 1. Highest average salary. Yes, Player 1? Good for you. Uses a center. Let's hear it, Player 1. Correct. Has no teams based outside the continental U.S. Okay, Player 1. That is correct. Plays its championship at a theoretically neutral site. It's Player 1. Good. Player 1 canceled regular season games in 2011 due to labor woes. Okay, Player 1. No. Anyone else? We're talking about NBA. You again, Player 1. Capable, succeed, accomplish. Player 1. Good for you. Paint, brush, easel. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's correct. Wind, wander, wonderful. Yes, Player 1. You are correct. Salt, pepper, sage. Let's hear it, Player 1. Right. And the last clue for $1,000. Candor, center, canter. Yes, Player 1. That is correct. Player 3 is going first in Double Jeopardy when we come back following this. And we have 2 daily doubles awaiting you in these categories. Myths and legends. Accentuated. Daniel Boone. SNL actors in the movies. Science potpourri. And U.S. bodies of water. Player 3, you're in command of the board as we continue, right? The earliest ballads of this outlaw say that his activities took place in South Yorkshire, not Nottinghamshire. Yes, Player 1? Right. In some legends, it's the influence of the full moon that changes a man into one of these, also called a lycanthrope. Yes, Player 1? Good for you! And here's Jimmy.
According to Norse legend, to learn the secrets of the rune stones, this chief god hung himself from a tree.
Player 1? Yes. This steel-driving man beat a steam drill in a race to make a railroad tunnel, but died with his hammer in his hand. Let's hear it, Player 1. Right you are. This hero of mythology cleaned the Augean stables by diverting the courses of 2 nearby rivers. Let's hear it, Player 1. Yes. We return to you, Player 1. In this language of the British Isles, you'll see accent marks on the letter W. It's Player 1. Correct. Spanish words with the stress on the last syllable have accent marks only if they end in N, S, or one of these. It's player one. Yeah, good. You may ask why this language has an accent mark in its word for why. ¿Por qué? Yes, player one? That's correct. And here's Sarah.
In poetry, it's a foot, or metrical unit consisting of an unstressed followed by a stressed syllable.
Player one? Nope. Any other takers? Here's the response we were looking for. An iamb. Some Shakespeare editions use accents to clarify meter, as in this man's, "The time is out of joint, O cursed spite." Yes, player one? That's right, way to go. Player one, you pick again, please. Ticklicker was Daniel Boone's nickname for this indispensable possession. It's player one. Sorry. Any other takers? Here's the response we were looking for. His rifle. Player one. In 1778, Daniel Boone was taken captive and adopted by Chief Blackfish of this Indian tribe. Yes, player one? Right. Excellent. The first of the two daily doubles. You are in first place. Player one, please answer. Cleared under Daniel Boone's direction in 1775, the Wilderness Road passed through this famous gap. Congratulations, you're still in first, player one. In his poem Don Juan, this Englishman wrote 7 stanzas about Daniel Boone and his virile exploits. Let's hear it, player one. That's right, way to go. James Fenimore Cooper based this last of the Mohicans' character on Daniel Boone. Player one? Yep. Select again. This age is divided into the Paleolithic, the Mesolithic, and the Neolithic. Okay, player one? That is correct. The Oxford English Dictionary defines it as the science of man or of mankind in the widest sense. Okay, player one? Hey, you're right. Player one? As a visiting scientist at Caltech, Carl Sagan contributed to missions to this planet with about 80% Earth's mass. Player one? Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else? The correct response is Venus. You get it. Gustav Kirchhoff and Robert Bunsen used this prismed scope to see the bands of colored light each element produced. Player one? That's correct. Player one? Named for a physicist, It's the amount of work done when 1 amp passes through 1 ohm of resistance for 1 second. Let's hear it, player 1. Hey, you're right. You again, Wayne Campbell. Let's hear it, player 1. That's correct. Axel Foley. Okay, player 1. You are correct. Player 1, Joliet Jake Blues. It's player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else? Here's what we wanted. John Belushi. Player 1, MacGruber. Let's hear it, player 1. That's correct. Mrs. Primat Conehead. Player 1. Good. Player 1. Admiralty Inlet and the Hood Canal are the 2 main branches of this irregular inlet in the northwest corner of Washington State. It's player 1. Yeah! Player 1, back to you for... Although only about 1.5 square miles in area, Lake Conneaut, south of Erie, is this state's largest natural lake. Player 1? Good for you! The Gila River joins this river near Yuma, Arizona. Let's hear it, player 1. You are correct. Answer. We have a daily double. And you're in the lead now. Decide on your wager, player 1. Here is your clue. One of the world's longest multiple arch dams helped form this state's Grand Lake of the Cherokees. Congratulations, you're still in first, player 1. Now let's take a look at that $2,000 clue, shall we? This river that connects Lake St. Clair and Lake Erie provides part of the border between Michigan and Ontario. Let's hear it, player 1. Correct. Sorry, looks player 3. It's like you will not be continuing on the Final Jeopardy. This is the Final Jeopardy category for today. Islands. Please enter your wager. Here's the clue for you. In 2003, Emily Rose Christian became the first baby born on this island in 17 years, bringing the population to nearly 50. What did you say? And it cost you. What did you put as your response? And that will set you back.
Oh well, I'm still the winner, and I'll see you all for another game.
Here's what we were looking for. Pitcairn Island. Yeah! Congratulations to you. Thanks for playing. We'll see you next time.